Namaste and welcome to LaVi Sound and Yoga. I'm Laura, and this yin yoga sequence is based on our hips. So we will work with mainly hip opening, and we will bring with this more flexibility into this region of our body. Enjoy the sequence. We will start by laying down on the mat. Have the feet on the floor so the knees are bent. And we start in Happy Baby by bringing our knees closer to the chest, open the knees, and option 1, you bring your hands and the inside of your knees to the ankle or to the outside of your feet to lift the feet up to the ceiling. So the sole of your feet are facing upright. And automatically the knees are falling to your armpits. If this is too much, you can stay with the feet down and just hold your ankles. And here try to relax the shoulders and see that you have a nice, in a way, comfortable position here. I hope you can feel this. And if you want, you can invite little movements to roll a little bit right and left on your spine, on your lower back, which gives at the same time a little massage to your back, but mainly also brings some movement in the hip area itself. So we start to not only open the hip in a physical way, also to let more energy flow within this region. Let the grab from your hands be soft, so you are not pulling your legs down, you are just holding them in this position. And then come into stillness for the last breath here, to maybe even close your eyes to feel whatever you can sense in this position. Good. And then we release the feet down, let go of the holding, that the feet can come totally down to the floor. Bring the feet at the edges of your mat and let the knees fall a little bit right and left. This will release the tension here as well. Good. And then from here, we roll to one side, up onto all fours. So we come on our hands and knees. And from here, we step our right foot in between our hands. Let the hips sink down. So when we let the hips sink, we might feel the stretch on the front of the left thigh. So we come a little bit to the front of our leg, because the hip is not only the inside of the thigh, it also have other regions. So here we are stretching the front of the left leg, and come with your hands up on your right thigh or your right knee and let the whole weight drop down. The shoulders relax as well. And we stay here in this high dragon, which is more targeting, as I said, the thigh, but also the groin area here left, which also have often a lot of tension and tightness. Try to relax your jaw, because your jaw is really closely connected to your hips. So if we are tensing the jaw or if we are biting the teeth, then this will also result in more tension in our hip area. And just breathe in it. Try to let the breath flow down into the hip area. Whenever it is too much, you can back up a little bit by bringing the hips more backwards. Or of course, you can always come out of the posture if it's too much, if you have any kind of pain. We never want to have pain in the posture. It should be a nice stretch. Good, take one more breath here. And then we slowly change sides. So bring your hands first back to the mat. Bring the right knee back to the left. And here just make some circles with your hips to also release, let the energy flow, reverse the circles. And then step the left foot to the front in between your hands. Let the hip drop and come also here up on your thigh or on your knee. And see, sometimes when we have a lot of pain in the knee, try to slide the knee to the front so the skin of the knee slides backwards. And this is already much better, or you put something underneath the knee. And also relax and let the hip drop here. So we come now to the front of the right thigh, as well as the groin area. In the hip, all the tissues are really connected. So we try to release and bring flexibility in all the other parts around the hips as well. Relax the shoulder, the face muscle. And breathe. Breathe into the stretch. Try to release the tension rather than to focus that it is painful. It should not be, but that it is too hard. We rather focus on letting go and giving in to the sensation. Great. Take the last breath here. And also here slowly, first bring your hands down to the floor. Then bring the left knee back to the right. And circle your hips a little bit. Either in one direction or one and then the other. And then take one leg at the time to stretch it for one breath to the back. And then the other. Good. And we come into our next posture, which is the squat. For this, sit down on the floor, bring the feet wider than the hip, and turn the toes a little bit out. So it might be that you need now 1 or 2 blocks. I will tell you the options. So if you know what I mean, you come into your squat. Have the feet grounded. If the feet cannot be fully on the mat, you can bring something under both heels, which will help a lot. Or you can also sit on the block. All these options are there for you, or you just sit on the floor. In any of these options, we bring our upper arms at the inside of the knees. So the knees cannot fall together, but we are also not pressing too much into them. And we bring the hands together in Namaste, we say it, or in this mudra, that the palms are touching. And we just stay here. It's a really nice opening of our hip region. Relax the shoulders. Also the head is soft, so the neck has no tension. And this position is super healthy. It has not only the hip opening, it has also a lot of other positive effects on your body. And it is said that when you do this position every day, it will help to more health and well-being. So maybe you want to try it, to do it every day. It can be beneficial for you. Also here, if you want to bring the breath a little bit deeper down into your pelvic region, all the organs, their vital organs. And again, relax your jaw. Couple of more breaths here. Great. And then just release the hands. If you sit on a block, put the block away and just sit back on the floor. Slowly bring the knees together and let them come really close so you can hug your knees in. And this will, in a way, close the whole energy as well towards yourself. Take 1-2 breaths here. Let your back round. Maybe your head sink down. Good. And then we come into a quite extreme opening of your hips. So also I will give you different options. I like to do it length on my mat. So how I am now. We start in a child's pose, and the easy version of it is just to open the knees wide, have the feet together, and come into a wide-legged child's pose by bending forward here. Or we come into frog, so the knees stay open, but additionally, we open as well the feet. So the feet are like in a 90-degree angle, the thigh and the chin bone, and the knees can come as wide as your body allows. Be really careful with this because it can be quite strong, as I said. And then from here, you either stay on your hands or you lower down on your forearms, or if you can come totally down to the floor, you can also do this. I cannot. And try to let your hips in line with your knees. If you need a release, then you can also bring them a little bit front or back. It depends on your body. The feet can be flexed or pointed. Also, this depends on your body, what brings more release. And of course, you can let the head rest on your hands, or you can just have the head here up but relaxed in your neck. And here, really breathe into it. It's quite a strong stretch, but really effective for opening the hip region. And the hip naturally is a quite dense and closed region. So don't judge yourself if you just do the wide-legged child pose, because this is also really great and it has exactly the same benefits for your body. Relax the jaw area. Maybe you open the mouth and like bring the jaw a little bit right and left to bring relaxation here. So we can stay together for the last breath. 5 more breaths. Good. And when we release the posture, be really gentle to yourself because your hip might feel really fragile. So first come onto your hands and then slide one knee at the time back to the midline. Bring the knees really close together. And then we all come into a child's pose, but with the knees close together. So sit on your heels and then lean forward, maybe make a cushion with your hands that your head can rest here. And feel into your body and whatever sensation is active now. It can be physically but it can be also on an emotional level, because the hips are storing also a lot of emotions or topics we might don't want to let go or don't want to see. And then slowly come up. You can stay seated on your heels for a moment. Just let your hands rest down here on your hip bones. Close your eyes and give some thank you and also some attention to this part of your body, which makes a really great job by holding all your organs, your body weight, to move into all this direction. If you want, bring your hands in front of your heart to end this sequence by being grateful for your body. And I say also a big thank you for you to practice with me and to with this support our channel here. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you in other videos, or maybe here in Spain. If you want, you can check out our video description with our offerings of yin yoga, sound healing, and other wonderful things we are organizing here. Thank you so much, and namaste.